What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Phones and Drones. Talk Pixel 6. So for those of you that follow the channel, you knew we did our unboxing, we did embargo videos, we did some comparison videos, and after actually using our own retail unit now for about 24 hours, we got some thoughts. And they haven't changed too drastically since that first video went live. Build quality on this phone is phenomenal. The performance has been pretty good. There has been some sluggishness to the OS, and if you guys have paid attention to the news, Google actually came out on their own blog post today and said there will be another day one update for these Pixels. You can expect it on or around the 28th. It's going to hopefully drastically increase some of these issues we've had. So in these last 24 hours alone with the phone, we have experienced a little bit of a heat issue. It was definitely getting hotter than it should, just doing regular tasks, not playing games and all that. Ironically enough, when we were playing games on here, we had no issues at all. But running the camera, checking Gmail, going to the Play Store, just basic daily tasks, it got a lot hotter than what it should. I can look past that a little bit. One of the other points of concern here has been this fingerprint sensor. And quick note off that, it's an optical sensor, it's not an ultrasonic, and it's going to be a little slower by default. Fine, we can look past that, right? But when you actually go onto it and set your finger down, it's not quick to even register it until you actually give it a little more force. So not, again, a game changer at all. I registered my fingerprint twice, and that is the responses I'm getting out of it. So keep this in mind, it is not the top-notch sensor. It's probably slower than some of the older Pixel imprints that they had on the back of the devices in years prior. But just want to give you full, honest opinions on this device, and this fingerprint sensor, it's not it. It's not the worst I've used, but it's definitely not the best. If you want to have it work a little better for you, in your settings, make sure you turn on the fingerprint sensor icon on the always on display. And I'm trying to see if you can see it there for you guys. As long as that's there, when the phone is asleep, it's easier to use instead of having to wake your phone every time and then set your fingerprint on it. So just keep that in mind as well. One of the other issues that was kind of surprising was crackly audio. I haven't heard of that coming up in the past too much, but it happened here a couple of times playing some YouTube videos, but it happened twice, never happened again. So fluke, flaw, I don't know, but just again wanted to bring that, guys, to your attention. Beyond that, I was having a little bit of a brightness issue in bright daylight. A lot of you guys actually noticed this in my Best Buy hands-on comparison video. When you turn this all the way up to max brightness, it is pretty dull. The nits are definitely not on par on the Pixel 6 with some of the newer generation flagships as well. It's not bad, and you can see it in the video here. You can definitely see the display. It looks great, but it's just not as vivid and bright as you might anticipate. Having said that now, I kind of brought this up in our unboxing video. It doesn't bother me too much, and if you're a flat edge phone lover, it looks great. But I personally just don't like the borders on this display. Now, having said that, again, for this price point, this display, this refresh rate is perfect as well. But keep in mind, it is kind of boxy. You do have more significant borders than you do around the Pro model. If that doesn't bother you and you do prefer the flat edges, this definitely is the way to go. So just keep that in mind. Beyond all that, everything else has been phenomenal. Calls have come and go and been pretty well. Everyone says they can hear me well. I gave it to my wife to try and do the first impression test with her. She did not like the two-tone design. I actually really did. Camera bar was kind of one of those point of contentions for us. I like it. I showed that it keeps it flat on the table, doesn't bounce too much around from that, and I think that kind of sold her a little bit more in that regard. But these are just our quick 24 hours kind of opinion on this. You're going to need to do some more testing. Tomorrow's going to be a real trying day for what the update Google rolls out is going to do to this phone and improve it. If there's not a lot of substantial improvements, even at this amazing price point, $600 is not cheap. And I don't know what you might necessarily get better for your money as far as a hardware standpoint and a processing standpoint, but there could be other options, including the last generation Pixel as well. I hate to say it, but there's definitely some issues to work through on this. I've read on Twitter, not everyone's experiencing these same issues I am. I can only go off of what I am experiencing on this model. Keep that in mind, and I have seen that I'm not alone in these thoughts also. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. You gonna be picking one up? Do you have one on order? Are you kind of second guessing yourself now because of it? I'm really curious. Let me know, comment below, thumbs up this video, sub if you love it. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.